health and wellness check-in for this past week. Today is Sunday, 30 November 2025, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, check-in for a week summary of my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week, Monday 24 to Sunday 30 November 2025. It was an upbeat week with a variety of ways of celebrating Thanksgiving 2025. It was a week of Thanksgiving. It was joyous. I enjoyed myself. I think the critters enjoyed themselves, and my family and community members. So it was cool. All right. It was cool. All right. Category 1 of 3, social. I fed the critters all of their meals this week. It included neighborhood-friendly faces when out and about, including walk runs and just general out and about. Out and about was well-timed and paced. And then Thanksgiving, I went to the movies. The movies were open. There was a point in my life where movie theaters weren't even open on Thanksgiving. Possibly. So it was very cool to go to a 10 a.m. showing and have, there was more, like, I was not alone in the theater. I was not the only person to order food, and like the turnaround between showings, like the traffic picked up and stuff. And I was like, it's cool. I mean, the population has grown like over 1 billion since when I was growing up. I was born approximately 1993. So like there being like more people might mean there's more people at the cinema, so to speak. So there's like, you're like, but online streaming's like a thing, and it's like, but when there's like 1 billion more people, there's space for both, you know, more people online and in the theaters. So I was just kind of like if that's a byproduct of overpopulation, I'm like, I like that one. So there was going to the movie theaters. It was wonderful. The workers were great. Yes, and I'm starting to recognize people by face. Okay. Memory improvements, you know. And then let's see. There was the critters. I did a Thanksgiving with my parents and Kona dog, and then I had leftovers. And then I went to the Cheesecake Factory today, which wasn't a Thanksgiving. I did that one last week, but it was like, they have, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. They have a peppermint one, and it was released, it turns out, 2 days ago on Friday. They have a peppermint one, so it's like, it's not, I was like, I don't know, but I looked at it and I was like, wow, like I like mint and like peppermint flavor. Peppermint, as in like the peppermint, can be hard on my teeth. So I looked at it and I was like, I need time to think that over. But it was released on the 28th and it's the 30th. So I was like, we'll see if I can get it done. Go back before it hits 1 week of release. So we'll see. So that's kind of social. Mental, category 2 of 3, mental. Thanksgiving, so including YouTube coverage. I covered it and I did well and I was happy with it. I did a bunch of stuff this year, and I did a bunch of firsts. And so I'm working on I've got some cool kind of maybe like reducing my content in terms of like number of videos per day, and trying to really focus on keeping them like maybe under like a 8-minute cutoff, just to kind of address like battery concerns and storage space on my phone and stuff like that. It's just like since my software update, it's become like reduced. So I've been like trying to figure out high quality in addition to the theme day of the weeks. So I got like a lot of Thanksgiving kind of follow up, but then also just kind of like cool kind of metrics that are kind of like food for thought kind of things. So Thanksgiving's not over with Tanis. And I do have like a video that I'm thinking of finessing for Werner Heisenberg Eve, which is for December 2025 this year. It's always for December. And then ruminating about surnames. Yes, I did connect dots before I started filming. So, you know, if I am Tanis Evans, I'd be the stay-at-home wife for Dracula. I was like, that's a pretty badass job. Do I get to stroke him if he's in bat form? Like, does he like perch and I pet him? He's a flying fox because he's really foxy and he flies. I'm like, that would be such a cool job. Okay, stay-at-home wife for Dracula. Okay. All right, so that's mental. So I was like, I've had a lot of like little things like that, and like actually going through the surname stuff of like, it really positive mental health kind of light rays, so to speak. And then category 3 of 3, physical. I did really good on my Thanksgiving. Yes, I ate more, like on a day thing of like, there's been weight gain, but I've done good on not letting it become like excessive weight gain. So I'm proud of myself in that. And I've been balancing out, so I've been like trying to like keep it from snowballing, and I think I'm doing a decent job. So, and per my tracking, I am. Okay. And then there was also, so this period was 6 days early, my menstruating. It was also longer bleeding on my period than normal. It was over 7 days. I was like, okay. It was just a different period. I was like, so I used to have periods where I'd bleed for like 10 days. And so this one it was over 7 days. So it was like a little bit of a return to normal in that sense. So in conclusion, it was a week of Thanksgiving. I'll link to some related playlists in the video description. It was a really enjoyable week for me, and I hope it was for you, and I hope whatever week you're on turns out to be enjoyable, whether it is or is not already.